Welcome, everybody, to the 7-Minute Breakthrough Revolution. My name is Eid Almujaibel, and today your topic is about leadership. What comes to my mind as soon as I think of leadership? CEOs, managers, generals, presidents, and sometimes historical or religious leaders like Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela, Prophet Muhammad, Genghis Khan, or Alexander the Great. You see, I believe that all of these people are very inspiring leaders, and they change the history of the world and the course of the world. I can't tell you that all of these leaders share similar characteristics, because they don't. But what I can share with you guys is that all of them have one thing in common. That they have the power to inspire others to follow their vision. Leaders have the power to inspire others to follow their vision. Think about it. You see, some of the leaders of history were able to inspire people through a positive or a negative way or direction. For example, like some of them can lead them to war, like Genghis Khan or Alexander the Great, and some of them can lead them to nonviolence, like Mahatma Gandhi. One of my favorite authors, Robin Sharma, he wrote an amazing book called The Leader with No Title. And he basically talks about how we don't have to have a certain status quo to be leaders. We can be leaders at home, we can be leaders around our friends, we can be leaders around our colleagues, and we can be leaders around ourselves. You see, leadership is a mindset. The leaders usually have a certain vision. They have a certain mindset. They're able to make decisions. Think about this analogy, guys. I'm going to share with you guys a little story about a king. Once upon a time, a king asked 2 of his sons to build 2 large aqueducts to supply water to the country states that were in bad state due to the great droughts. The first son took some of his father's riches, an army, and he headed north to build the aqueduct. There he ordered the people of the villages to work hard on building this aqueduct. He oversaw the project carefully, and he paid all of the workers equally. He was able to finish the aqueduct within the predicted of 2 years. He was so proud of his accomplishment that he wanted to go home and tell his father about the aqueduct. As soon as he got to the palace, he was surprised with what he saw. He was in the midst of celebrating the crowning of his brother to become king. He heard that his brother was able to finish his aqueduct within 1 year, and he was able to do it with no help of soldiers or barely any money. The brother found this really weird, so he started investigating the southern aqueduct. He found that his brother broke some violations that the king told him. So he decided to run to the king and tell him to stop this madness of crowning his brother as king. "Why would you say something like that? Is there something I'll need to know?" asked the king. "You know how much I love my brother, but I think he's going crazy. He's dragging our name to the ground. He deviated from the plans of building this aqueduct. He created so many outlets that barely any water is reaching our royal estates. And he confronted the prime minister in front of all the villagers. And he left without paying any of the workers. And he made the soldiers turn into laborers. Who knows what else he'd been doing? That might only be the start," said the little son. The king looked at his son affectionately and said, "You are right. I know exactly what your brother has done. He had the initiative to change the plans, and he had the wisdom to propose ideas that could change everybody's lives. And he convinced the villagers to work without even paying them money. And he had the charisma to convince the soldiers to basically work longer hours than the villages. And he had the courage to confront the prime minister to bring justice to the village. His commitment was so great that he himself worked the hardest when it comes to building this aqueduct that he forgot his princely status. You see, my son, the reason why they adore your brother and they'll do whatever he asks from them is because he is more than their king. He is their leader. The boy left in deep reflection of what his father, the king, shared with him. He knew that his father was directing to the greatness of his brother. So without hesitation, he ran to his brother and he congratulated him for being king. What a beautiful story. You see, we have so many kings, presidents, managers, CEOs, but very little leaders. The question to ask ourselves after listening to the story is, are we living our lives or are we leading our lives? I believe that we're all able to lead, and we all led at some points in our lives, whether we know it or not. Whether you hosted an event at your house or a party or you traveled somewhere, those took really good leadership skills. But we forget to acknowledge ourselves on those things. I believe that one of the best steps to being a great leader on a daily basis is to surround yourself with leaders. And I had the privilege to surround myself with amazing leaders. I surround myself with 6 magical leaders on a daily basis. And these leaders are the speakers of Life Talks Live. We got Faisal, the visionary. He's so persistent that it's shaking the world with this platform of Life Talks Live. Or we've got Kelsey, with a heart so big that if she walked into the room, she would fill the whole room up with love. Or we got Shadon, this fierce entrepreneur that will tackle anything that would come in her way. Or we got Fadi, this amazing photographer that's able to flip your perspective and the lens you have on the outside world. And he's so grounded, like a 1,000-year-old tree, with all the wisdom and knowledge in the world. Or we've got Anita, this beautiful dancer that's able to connect the mind to the body to help and inspire and empower women around the world. And of course, last but not least, we have Umar, the inspiring parent, the world champion of skydiving. This guy has got so many stories and experiences that it feels that he lived 5 lives. So I'm so grateful. These people hold me accountable. They push me out of my comfort zone. They keep me focused. They keep that mindset that I need to be a leader in every aspect of my life. So if you'd like to, for example, improve your relationships, find people in your lives that are leaders in their relationships. If you'd like to improve your health, find people in your life that are leaders in their health or in your career, and etc. I'm going to end this talk by sharing with you guys an amazing quote by Jim Brown. The challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be bold, but not bully. Be thoughtful, but not lazy. Be humble, but not timid. Be proud, but not arrogant. Have humor, but without fully. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, and thank you so much for all the support and love you guys have been showing Life Talks Live. If you have any questions regarding today's topic or Life Talks Live in general, please shoot us a message on Life Talks Live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and visit our website on Life Talks Live. And one last thing, I encourage each and every one of you guys to try the sample session, the free sample sessions that these amazing coaches that I mentioned offer. They will help you find your inner leader. Thank you so much, guys, and stay awesome.